Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, Koki Creative. My name is Elena, and today we are doing a speed build. And hi, I'm on video again. I'm excited to be back here. And I did my makeup today because I have a doctor's appointment later, and I wanted to not look like I slept in a little today. But anyway, so today's build is a starter home, and it's a tiny home. I built it because I was just looking for something small to build to make a video, and then I ended up finishing it that night. It took me about 2 hours to do this build. It's on a 20 by 15 lot, so it's not very big, and that's why it didn't take very long. And I just wanted to do something simple, and I wanted to also be extremely symmetrical, so that made it a lot easier when I was doing like the layout and everything. For the colors of this house, I was really inspired by like a nautical theme, white, red, blue. I think that's a good color combination, especially for just a tiny house like this. It makes it look a lot bigger than it actually is because it is a 2-story, which automatically kind of gives it some height, makes it feel a little bigger, but it actually is pretty small. Like I said, it is a tiny house, and it is for a family of 3 or 4. Wait. If you put a bunk bed in there, it could be a family of 4. But right now, it's set up for a family of 3. I made a little backyard. And again, 20 by 50 lots are probably some of my favorites because there's so much you can do in such a small space. But you can't go overboard, so it really doesn't take you that long. Unless if you're doing some like crazy 4 stories with a ton of basements kind of thing. But I wanted to keep it simple. And again, I was not even planning on building this. I just opened up my game, was like, oh, okay, I'm going to film like a reel or a TikTok and just about doing an exterior. And I liked the way it looked. I was like, wait a minute, this is kind of cute. This is about the point where I was like, I'd been done filming for the time, and I decided to go back to it and just finish the house because I was like, well, I'm already halfway there. I've got to get the exterior almost finished. So I did like my basic landscaping that I usually always do, just some plants surrounding the outside. I used some of my favorite base game plants, and they're also base game debug plants, so they're free. Another way to keep this house very cheap because it is a starter home. It's under $20,000, 2 stories, tiny, and I like doing that. I tend to make my starter homes also tiny homes just because I'm like, well, if it's already going to be a starter, it might as well be a tiny home because it's easier to keep the cost down if there's less house to furnish. So on the inside, I kept the same color scheme as I did on the outside. I used red brick and a red door to be like the red accents and a couple of like little red planters. But on the interior, I wanted to carry that throughout. So I did some like really basic colors, and all those wallpapers I used are about $2 each per like little section. So I was like, sweet, that's going to keep it nice and cheap. Love it. I made sure I put a little desk there. I wanted this house to have everything that someone would want when they're moving their sim into this house. Like I didn't want it to feel like, oh shoot, now I need to add X, Y, and Z to finish this house off. I also did not do a limited pack build. Like sometimes I'm like, okay, let's do the trifecta, like base game or limited pack, tiny home, and starter home. And I was like, no, not today. That's not what we're doing today. We are going to just at least give myself a little bit of ease by making it anything I want. I get questions all the time about what that red shelf I'm using is. And if you're a builder, you probably are familiar with it. But if you're just the average sim player, you might have no idea what it is. So if you can download custom content, I do suggest this. It is something that helps put items on other surfaces. So let's say the top of the fridge, which I used it in this build. Fridges, they don't have slots to put items on. So the red shelf, you can line it up perfectly with whatever surface you want to put it on. In this case, the fridge. And then put items on that red shelf. And the red shelf has about 200 slots on it. So it can fit a ton of things. And you could just slide it. If you press Alt with bb.moveobjects on, press Alt, hold it, and then move it to the top of the fridge, if that makes sense. You saw me do it in the video, so hopefully it does make sense. Also, I'm like really noticing how much I'm talking with my hands right now. I'm a big hand talker, and I can kind of see myself off to the side, and I'm like So I hope that's not distracting. Maybe you're over here like, man, I wish she just kept the voiceovers without her face. So yeah, I apologize for my hand talking. Just like, I just need to sit on my hands. I'm sorry. Okay, but now I'm doing the parents' bedroom. This is upstairs. I put a ladder to get up there because I didn't want to take up a whole bunch of space by putting in, there we go again. I didn't want to take up a whole bunch of space by putting in a full set of stairs, so I kept it to just a ladder. And toddlers can't get up there, which I'm sure the parents are like, yeah, whatever. We're totally fine with that. So the kids can keep to the downstairs. Oh gosh, my hands again. The kids can stay downstairs, and the parents can have their little retreat upstairs. I tend to, if let's say I'm doing a layout similar to this, if there's like a little loft kind of upstairs, I will keep that to the parents' bedroom usually, just because it makes most sense for the layout, especially because the downstairs is not very big. Because I was running out of money here, I had to get really creative with what I was doing decoration-wise. So I was trying to keep to all the debug items that I know that they kind of look like decorations. It's play tested. It's in the gallery. I really hope you enjoy this video. If you do, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Maybe smash that like button. But anyway, I hope to see you in the next one. All right, have a great day. Bye.